You're listening to the Dolce Vita Diaries. And recording. Oh,
Well, hi
yeah.
guys. How are you feeling about this?
Bro, this is so exciting.
I love this. Oh my God. Well, welcome to the Dolce Vita Diaries, everyone. How are we feeling?
Feeling excited and ready to talk about all the things.
Yeah, all the things that we love, basically. Create a little
That's
community.
exactly. You
So,
know, with my liter of water, I'm
yeah.
ready. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready.
Well, I'm fully caffeinated, so I'm ready to go.
Oh
So,
man. This morning I was at Tim's at school, and I was like, I think I have time. I had like 15 minutes to get to class, and Tim's is on the other end of where I had to be, like, for my class. I was like, nah, I can do it. So I went. The lineup was so long because there's only like one of the kiosk thingies working, like, to order. Um, and so I'm like, I really need a coffee. Like, I feel like I can do it in 15 minutes. And I swear, the lady probably heard me at the counter because she made my coffee so quick. She right away, she's like, Melissa, I'm like, mm-hmm. She's like, yeah, here, go ahead, go. Thank
the
you.
universe is on your side today.
So,
100%. The vibes are just there.
well, yeah.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. Tea. Anyway. So you
So,
guys are probably wondering who we are. Um,
you want me to go first?
yeah.
It's an honor. Okay, well, hi guys. So my name is Nicole. I'm from New York, and I'm a law student and a self-published author. And I just am very passionate about talking about things. So I figured, why not become a podcast host, right?
I
So,
mean, we're yappers.
oh, 100%. I think it's the Italian in us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm Melissa. I am not from New York. I am from Canada. I'm from Toronto. I'm also Italian, and I'm in college for event management, and I'm also a self-published author. So we'll get to that a little
Congratulations.
bit
Yeah.
later.
So, how we met.
Yeah.
That's
So
that's a really fun story.
you might be wondering how a girl and two girls from New York and Toronto would cross paths and become literal besties. Um, so basically, it's kind of wild. So about 5 years ago, or four,
I
was
think
about five.
close to 5.
Yeah,
It's, like,
yeah,
close to 5 because it was in 2020,
yeah.
but
So
we didn't talk, like, right at that point, so maybe, like, let's just call it even and say, like, 4.5.
yeah, okay. It's been about 4.5 years, basically. We met during a pandemic in two different countries in two different big cities, and that there's not much room for overlap. But oh, I don't know how to. Okay, hold on. I gotta turn off the group chat.
That's helpful. Be like, "Hey, guys, I'm doing a podcast." Like, stop.
Guys, hold it together,
Like, this can
please.
wait.
Literally. Okay, hold on. I gotta read you. I gotta read you this message. It literally says, "You guys ever find a video in your camera roll of yourself crashing out that you forgot about?"
Oh,
Yeah.
I have plenty of those, especially when I'm in law school. Don't even get me started. I, like, every day is a crash out day. So
I can respect that. I mean, I don't know anyone who's in higher education that just doesn't crash out.
I think it's just part of the package at that point. But I think that we should get, like, a tuition discount for, like, the stress, like,
The
compensation of some
stress.
sort. Yeah, like, come on,
You're
give
like,
us some form of compensation.
if you have like 3 or more mental health days a week, you get like $1,000 off.
Oh, I would win easy then. Jeez, that I would win by a landslide,
I feel
but
you, and I don't know if that's a good thing to be boasting about, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
You know what? We're gonna have a mental health episode, so stay tuned.
Guys, can I just point out really quickly that my best friends in my life, so I'm friends with Nicole, obviously she's a lawyer or becoming a lawyer. And my other two best friends are one's a psychotherapist and the other one is studying to be a psychotherapist. So I need legal and mental health help.
Oh,
Whoa. Did I
I
do
guess
it?
you're celebrating. You did.
Look at this, ready? Every time. I don't understand that, but okay. That's weird, but okay.
You know
um
what? The universe is celebrating our first podcast, like our first episode. They're saying like congratulations.
Wait, Nicole, do it at the same time. Ready? One, two, three.
No, mine doesn't work.
Oh, that's sad. Wait, what is mine? Even on FaceTime. Anyway, maybe I don't know. But anyhow, back to what we were talking. See, this is why we're yappers because we get so sidetracked.
Oh,
So
100%.
like crashing out. Anyway, so
Anyways, back to how we met.
we met again in 2020 through Instagram because we both follow and enjoy this Italian pop opera group. I don't know if anybody's heard of Il Volo, but basically they're these 20 something guys. Actually, they're gonna be
They're
30
30
something.
now. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
wow. Okay.
crazy.
Anyway,
That's
uh,
crazy.
nuts. But I started listening to them when I was 6 years old, so that's crazy. Anyhow, yeah. So basically, we went to their 2020 tour. She went to the New York. I went to Toronto and Detroit, and we were both featured on their Instagram. And we saw each other's posts, and we were like, "Hey, we can be besties."
We're
And
both 20 something year olds. Why not?
yeah, we're both Italian, and from there we pretty much just started talking about like how much we love Italy and how much we can't wait to go. And her family's Italian, part of her family's Italian, my family's Italian. Um, so more than just the music, which is what really got us like studying.
I mean, for me, technically, because it's helping me learn Italian. So, like, shout out to Il Volo for also being my language teachers, I guess.
Is it gonna work? No, it's not. Anyway,
Oh, come on. Last time when you did it, it did the hearts. Oh, that's sad.
that's okay. I still made a cute art, but yeah, yeah. So we just bonded over like their music, and then just the connection we both had to Italy. And then from there, we discovered that we were both very interested in writing. Um, so funny story, we both helped each other publish our first books on Amazon together.
Go check it out, guys. Gotta do a self plug.
We obviously we so on the backs of all of our books, or most of our books, she wrote the blurb about the author about me. And so on the back it says like Melissa Diafaria is a author like this like that, and Nicole wrote it, and I quote her. And
And you
then
did the same for me, too.
I did. So our
Right?
books always have a little bit of each other in them.
Yeah, I love that, honestly. It's very, like, I don't know what the word is, intimate, I guess, in that respect. Because it, like,
Because
shows our journeys.
oh,
Oh,
see,
now it worked. Little hearts.
because I mean we didn't coin this phrase, but we can adopt it and we can respect it, that our relationship can be compared kind of like a marriage.
Oh, 100%.
We're constantly yapping together, we're constantly having great time together and giving ideas back and forth and coming up
Just
with
like,
all the
just a
things.
long distance marriage.
Yes, ours is a long distance marriage.
But you know what? We're gonna unite soon. I could just feel it. And
Yeah.
you know, it's crazy because we're really not that far from each other, even though we're literally in two separate countries.
What's funny, I said to Nicole earlier today, I was like, it's hilarious that I'm in Toronto, so I'm in Ontario, is my province, and she's closer in New York than Vancouver, which is British Columbia for me. And that's just another
That's
province in the country.
that's so trippy to me to like realize that because when you say it, it sounds like it's pretty far because it's two different countries. But like, I mean, if I was upstate, I'd be really close to you. But I'm from Long Island, so I'm a little bit further down. But who knows? Maybe I'll just have to drive up to the border, visit you.
My brain just went when you said upstate, my brain just went to, "The Hamiltons move
Oh
uptown."
my God, yes. Oh yeah, we're also musical theater geeks. So
Oh,
another
god,
fact about us.
if you haven't heard Derek Klena and Christy Altomar singing "In a Crowd of Thousands" from Anastasia, you're missing out.
You guys have to listen to that. Melissa put me on that. I haven't listened to the musical yet. I really want to, but that particular song just it does something to me. I love that.
You know what? I keep seeing on TikTok where it's like, "Bring back yearning men."
Oh my God, yes. Literally. That that whole song encompasses yearning. Like it's the perfect embodiment of it.
Look, okay, I have a show. I gotta tell you how many hours long it is, because this is crazy. I have a show tunes playlist, right? And the caption too of the playlist, because I have to caption all of them. It's called, so the title is Showtime. The caption is Viviamo dentro un film, which is we live in a movie.
Ah, I love that.
This is 6 hours and 11 minutes long.
Honestly though, I love that. I would rather listen to 6 hours straight of that than go to 6 hours of school, which I'm already doing. So, you know what? Like, prioritize
That's
my
a
time.
I did not think of that.
Like, I'm listening to 6 hours of law school lectures. So, like, I might as well listen to 6 hours of music
And like
and
enjoy
my
your
brain
life.
decompress. Yeah, exactly. Like, stress free, mental health day.
You might have just unlocked something. Speaking of school, Nick, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I just started this. I go every Sunday because my program is a specific type of program that's only on the weekends. So I just went back this Sunday. I have a long day though. I'm there until 6 o'clock at night, and it's like pitch black when I get out, and all I want to do is just sleep and have dinner. So,
Mm.
but yeah, I'm happy with the program, and I've made a lot of friends there, so I've been satisfied. Shout out to anyone, any of my law school besties who are listening to this. I don't know if you are, but like, hey, how are you?
Shut up.
Gotta love soup, bro. But yeah, so how about you? How's your program going?
It's good. We were talking about um themes and decorations. I'm in event planning.
Oh,
So for those of you that don't know what that is, I plan events. No, so I can plan like corporate events, weddings, birthdays, like anniversaries. I
oh,
mean, it might,
you already know you're planning my wedding, right?
1000%, 1000%. That's a given. We're
Yeah.
going to Italy, and I'm gonna plan
Oh
a
my
wedding.
God. My wait, what is your like dream wedding?
Oh, like where?
Yeah. Like what part of Italy?
Okay, if this is gonna sound so crazy, if I could, and I'm being so for real right now, I would get married in the Tempi d'Agrigento.
Oh, I
Like,
love that.
if I could get a permit and like finesse it enough, I would get married like in that temple.
I mean,
So, those of you that don't know what that is, the Tempi d'Agrigento is basically so my family comes from the middle of nowhere, Sicily, right? Um, okay, so half of my family comes from middle of nowhere, Sicily. Fine, fine. But this town that my family's from, it's very close to the main city of Agrigento, which has like the Tempi della Concordia, which is like this big Greek temple
absolutely
that
stunning.
oh, it's fantastic. It's beautiful, especially at night. Like if I
Oh,
could
I
like
can't
really
even imagine.
um
We should
Tempi.
see if we can edit in a photo somehow.
Oh, I would love that. It's you know what? It looks it doesn't look like it belongs in Italy. It looks like it does belong in Greece. Like I don't know if this is a good enough picture.
Oh, oh my God, I love the little
The little guy.
yeah, the little guy, the little feature. But
But
yeah,
that's
that
weird, like right in
it's
the middle of that.
that would be oh my God. First of all, the history behind that would be so incredible. And like if you found a Sicilian man, that'd be even better.
I mean, that's the goal. Where would you get married?
I want to go to Lake Como. I'm very basic, but that's like honestly my dream. It'd be like $1 million, of course, but like that's my absolute dream. I think it's just stunning there.
You know what's hilarious? I knew a girl. So last year she got married in the Amalfi Coast,
Oh my God,
and
that's beautiful.
she saved so much money getting married in Italy.
Really?
I know it seemed counterintuitive because you have to pay for the flight, but it was worth it. Like just the way that they put on weddings, apparently, like it's not as um I can't find the word impegnativo. Like
That's like your trilingual brain coming out.
yeah, and I become zero lingual half the time. Oh man, I anyway, but it's more expensive here.
I'm
Um,
surprised.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
I would do it anyway.
I'm not questioning it. If I could get married in Italy, that's the goal. That's my life would be complete.
That yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm more than okay with that actually. I like it.
I love that
Um,
for us personally.
but yeah, like oh, now you just have me like picturing
Yeah.
like all like I'm picturing like people sitting like an aisle made in the Tempio della Concordia and like people on the chairs and like waiting like oh
Can you
and
imagine how beautiful that would be though?
that would be really nice.
Oh my God, especially like at night,
Mm.
like
Oh
an
my god,
evening wedding. Oh my God.
I wonder how much that would cost. I don't even know if that's something you could do, like get a permit to like rent it. Like that would be crazy.
I guess it depends who you know. I mean, like maybe if you get connections, you never know. I mean, you do have relatives there, so.
Yeah. So my he says to me one day, he's like, because I was trying to go through the citizenship process and I'm still trying to go through it, but again, that's very Italian speakers. It's very impegnativo. I don't know another word for it, but um, so I was going through that process, right? And he's like, "Oh, my friend's the mayor. Like, I can get him to like, get it a little bit faster."
Oh,
And
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
"That's hilarious." I'm like, "Of course you know the mayor because the town's 3,000 people. Like, of course you know everyone."
Hey, you know what? Sometimes the small towns are the better ones, so
Oh yeah,
that's
thousand
that's how
percent.
you that's how you get your connections.
1,000%. Even the town I live, because I don't live in like downtown Toronto, right? But like, I don't know how many we are actually in this. It's more north of Toronto, but like every time you go to the grocery store, someone you know. They're like,
That's like
"Oh, I
how
know
my
you."
that's like how my old hometown was. Like where I'm living now, it's a little bit broader because it's kind of like three towns encompassed into one because they're all very close to each other, so it's pretty big. But my original hometown, like where I was born and raised, it's much smaller, even though it's still on Long Island. So it's like I was always running into people. Like whenever I do go back to like visit my friends from there, I'm always running into someone. Like I could go into the grocery store and I see someone from high school that I haven't seen since I graduated like how long ago? 2018. How many years is that? I can't do mental math. It's so bad.
Bro, I'm
Like
not doing great in accounting right now, so I can't try.
I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm going to law school, but I can't do basic math. It's fine. Anyways, but I think that would be a beautiful wedding. So
I mean,
add it to your vision board.
yeah, for real. Um,
So well, anyways, I kind of derailed you because you were originally talking about your school and then I got us to talk about weddings. So
nah, man, that's you know what? Who wants to talk about school when we can talk about a wedding?
honestly, yeah, like dream weddings, like going to Italy. I mean, that's the end game.
I
But
mean, like, I don't even know, to be honest. Like, of course I'll plan yours, but I don't know if I want to plan like weddings or whatnot here. Because I used to be a makeup artist and I dealt with some brides and I was just like, I can't. Like
oh,
Canadian
like
brides, I was like,
bridezillas,
not even bridezillas. It was just like the families and like, oh,
the
like
future,
it's
the
so much.
future in-laws.
Yeah. Oh, so, so much. Like, like you have to put such a like front on to deal with like brides and the mom and the in-law and the sisters and the bridesmaids because they're all so stressed out
Oh
and
yeah,
if
and they
you,
take
if,
it out on you.
but if you take it personally too, like you're you know how many brides I saw and like how many clients just in general, like if you take everything personally, like you're done, like it's you can't.
I'm sure you have to have thick skin for a profession like that. Like I
Well,
can't
there's a
even
reason I'm not
imagine.
in it anymore.
You're like, you know what? I'm out. I'm done. I'm
I'm like,
done.
guys, I'm just a girl. I can't do this. Oh my
I
god.
mean, I don't have a thick skin, which
Oh, me
is kind
either.
of ironic. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a lawyer, but I don't have a thick skin. Like, okay, here's the thing. Certain like niche topics, I'm very good at arguing and being like adamant about, I guess. But for the most part, like naturally, I'm very timid, I guess, in that respect.
Hmm.
So I definitely couldn't go into like a profession like being an MUA because I would take everything personally because I am hypersensitive. I would cry. I would be like, okay, bye.
It's hard. You know what? It was hard not to like. Because a lot of the time people would be like, oh, like I don't really like this on my makeup or this, and a lot of time it's not. And I'm not saying it just because it's me, but like it's not a lot of the time of what I'm doing on them. It's that they just don't feel comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
So it's kind
And
of
then
like
it's
no
like
matter what you do.
you can't satisfy them, which is sad, really.
Yeah. And you know what? And it was always the older crowd too that would be like, "No, no, like I don't want any eyeliner. I don't want any mascara cuz like it's just going to make me look even older." I'm like, "No, like we can do it like it'll open your eye." And they're like, I don't know."
I think in part it's like what they hear on the media too, because like I think they kind of drill having a younger audience in media. And it's like if you're older and like let's say you have wrinkles or something, they say like one of the common misconceptions that I hear all the time is that like you can't wear what is it, like the sparkly glitter eyeshadows if you have wrinkles or like bags on your eyes. And I'm like, that's not true.
You
Like
know
you
what?
just have
It
to
was
apply
the
it a
both.
different way.
Because they taught us that in school too, and I was like when I went to makeup school, I was like, why? I'm like, that why? And they're like, oh, because it settles in the wrinkles. I'm like, but makeup is texture, like, and your face is texture, like everything settles. Like you can't tell right now because I don't know why, but this camera's kind of blurring my face. But like I've got hella texture, like, and
I
it's
think
fine.
that that's yeah, I think that's just normal. Like I think that Photoshop is like a real thing, especially in media.
Yeah,
So I think it kind of makes us have these unrealistic expectations. Like we're human, we're gonna have texture, we're gonna have pimples, we're gonna have like I don't know. A lot of people have rosacea, like stuff like that. I've got eczema on my skin, so I get flare ups all the time on my face sometimes. And, like I can't wear makeup. It's horrible. That's a whole other story. But
I have rosacea.
uh, yeah, it's I don't know. That definitely is a hard profession in a lot of respects between like dealing with, other people's insecurities and like backlash and unrealistic standards. So,
You know what? Like, and it's funny because I went out of that industry to go into another customer based industry. But anyway, that's another day's conversation.
hey, you know what? You learn, you grow. You could
You'll
probably
learn.
get thicker skin that way, right?
Some of the profs I have, I'm getting very thick skin.
You know what? It's okay. You'll thank them when you graduate, right?
Yeah, right.
I try to I try to be optimistic.
I can tell, and I appreciate it so much. It's fantastic,
I mean, what else do we have, right?
for real. Um, but yeah, Nick, should we tell people why we made this podcast? Because we've just been talking, and no one knows why we're here.
Okay, yeah, that would probably be a good starting point, 24 minutes.
For
But
real.
so yeah, basically we wanted to make this podcast because we figured that we wanted to like open up a community, be able to have some real conversations, raise awareness about things we're passionate about and just our interests. Our goal is to be able to, have a group conversation like this and even be able to have our individual passions and stuff that we can use this as a forum for. And yeah, that's just pretty much our goal. And plus, we like to yap, so it
We
helps,
love to have it's
as you
like,
can tell.
um yeah, like I'm such a niche person. Like I will search like I love like morning routines. Like I love seeing people's like day,
Me too.
on YouTube. So I'll be like, 'cause I go to Humber College in Toronto, so I'll be like, Humber College, like North Campus, every day in my life routine, like first year student. I'm like so niche. Like I need to see like exactly my like tailored, like you know the thing on TikTok where it's like I built this for you page brick by brick.
Oh yeah,
I
100%.
like I need that. Like I love tailored content, right?
So do
So
I.
to
I
have
like
like
the relatability, you know?
exactly to have like people that you know we we have the same interests, we have the same background, even we have like the same age roughly, like we're tailoring this like for you page of like people that write, that are in school, that are Italian, that like music, that like to read. Like grabbing such a we're trying to anyway grab as many people as possible and engage as many people as possible, that if an episode comes up that's your niche and that's your cup of tea, there's something for you.
Yeah, and like you could feel like that you're a part of a community because sometimes it in the world it can be hard to find other people that you feel relate to you in many different aspects of life. So this can kind of be like a safe space, you know, and just to be able to like talk about fun things, vibe, and just not take life so seriously.
Absolutely. And who doesn't want that Dolce Vita?
Yes, exactly.
That's something that we
I
always say to each other is like, that is so Dolce Vita vibes. Like when we're just texting, which is all the time, but
oh yeah, I think we have to trademark it, honestly.
on it. Miss Lawyer, yes?
Oh
Yes?
yeah, I mean, I've got like 3 years left, but as soon as I pass the bar, I got you.
That's your domain, man. I can plan the party.
You
Oh
know
man.
what? You can plan my graduation party, and then at the graduation party, I'll sign like the trademark agreement. I haven't done IP stuff, so I don't know how any of that works yet. So I'm just
You
a
know,
1L. I'm very much new. Like I'm literally at civil procedure, so I'm very new.
you know what I literally just pictured in my head?
What?
If you watch The Office,
Yeah, of course. Who
okay.
doesn't?
Some people haven't. I'm like, that hurts. But you know that thing of Michael where he's like shaking the guy's head? He just stares. That's what I just pictured.
Oh my god. I thought you were gonna reference I'm like so insane when it comes to law school. Some person in my class in the group me had an office reference and they were saying, "What's the procedure? What's the procedure?" You know that part from I think the episode
Oh,
was called like stress relief or something.
that was like the CPR one, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's the one you were gonna reference
What's the procedure? Oh yeah.
with Dwight. Oh my god.
Wait, since we're at it about The Office for a quick sec, that same episode, like just before it, the girl that's doing the CPR class is like, we do CPR. So it's like, I think it's 130 beats per minute, right? And that's the song Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Of course.
Everybody knows that that song goes, ha, 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 staying alive, staying alive. And Michael goes, one pump, he goes, first I was afraid, I was
I was
petrified.
petrified. Oh my god. I forgot about that scene.
That's my
Oh my god.
That's gotta be one of my favorite. That and the it was in the second season. Oh man, what's it called? Oh, when they go on the booze cruise.
Oh, oh my god. That
That
I don't
is
remember the episode name, but I mean, that was the best episode.
that's gotta be
That
one
was
of my
early on though.
actually funny enough, the girls from the office, Pam and Angela, I can't remember their real names. But Pam and Angela, they also have a podcast where they just chit chat because they're besties.
Oh my god, are we gonna be like the next Pam and Angela? I mean, we're
We're,
not Angela, but
we're the European Pam and Angela.
much more laxed.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, definitely not Angela. But
Oh no.
but yeah, I mean, while we're on the topic of TV shows, like so people know more about us, like why don't we list some of our favorite movies, TV shows and stuff?
Oh, I'm a sucker for rewatching my favorite things.
Oh, same. I'm a
Okay.
big Friends fan. That's like my number one. It always will be.
That is a you know what? I love Friends. I always watch it though, like I watch shows like seasonally. So I'll watch like Friends in the summer.
Oh wow. How come this summer?
You know what? I think I watched it, like, once when I went to the beach, like, the cottage, and I came home, watched it, and I was like, "This just gives," like, my hair was still wet from the beach water, and, like, I still had sand everywhere, and I just, like, plopped on the couch and, like, watched it, and I was like, "Yeah."
And you just enjoyed the aesthetic of it. Apparently the family
Why?
agreed.
Why?
You didn't even do the thumbs up, did you?
No, I didn't.
It must be triggered by, like, voice, like, it must have I don't know. I
Dude,
think that this software does have AI in it, so maybe it, like, detects certain phrases or something.
that's fun. But I love how it's only on my end.
I mean, you have special powers apparently that I don't, so but
Um,
getting back on track, I actually if I had to say, like, what time of year I watch Friends the most, it's more in the winter time.
yeah?
But I don't really have a specific reason, like, maybe it's just because I'm inside more in the winter time because it's, like, bad weather and stuff, but
Mm,
yeah, the but Friends is definitely my number 1. Obviously, I love The Office. My favorite movie of all time is Dirty Dancing. I don't know if you've seen that.
that's one of my faves.
I am such a sucker for rom-com. I mean, you're a romance writer. I'm hopefully a soon-to-be romance writer. I'm in the process of writing my little romance novella, which is gonna take place in Venice. Stay tuned for that. And you have some stuff coming out soon too,
On Valentine's
behind the
Day,
scenes.
I have a book or a novella called Behind the Scenes, and it's coming out on Valentine's Day. Because who wants to spend Valentine's Day on a date when you can read a book?
A book that has men written by women, like, that's superior. I mean, if you're gonna go on a date with a man nowadays, they're gonna just be, like, horrible.
They're gonna disappoint you, so why bother? Just read a book.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the books with men written by women never disappoint me.
Actually, yeah, now that I think about it,
Like,
I've
the
read
only thing that disappoints sorry, what?
no, I've read some romance books, like, by guys, and I
It's a
can tell
difference.
I can tell, like, a huge like, one of my favorite books, like, it was written by a man, and I just like the vibe of it because it's, like, dark academia, but the vibe of the guy is, like, she is so frail, she's so delicate, she's so petite, and she's, like, 5 foot nothing, and she's like, and they
Oh
go
my
home
god, not the petite.
yeah, she's literally, like, so small, she's, like, rail thin, and he's, like the guy is, like, big, he's strong, he's, like, tough, and, but he has, like, a soft spot for her, and I'm like, I know a man wrote this. Like,
That's
just
like the stereotypical yeah, that's like the stereotypical, I guess, guy fantasy, because it's so common in books written by men. I've noticed that too.
yeah.
I don't understand why,
My
but
favorite is the tiny thing, I'm like, apparently all women in a man's eyes are just, like, this big that you can put them in their pocket.
I mean, I'm 5 foot, so I'm not really one to talk there.
I'm 5'4". I'm
You're
still
still
relatively short for a girl.
you're still taller than me though.
I am. Oh, is it this? Is it because I sat like this?
It must have been. It looked like a thumbs up, I guess.
Also, guys, I'm gonna work on not fidgeting as much when I sit, but I literally cannot stop fidgeting all the time.
Oh no, it's fine. You know what? Fidget all you want. That's
Um,
the vibe.
Speaking of TV shows though for a second, I gotta mention one of my favorite TV shows. Everybody Loves Raymond. Have you watched
I
it?
lo- oh my god, that show is it takes place on Long Island.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So that's like my show. I used to watch that all the time. I haven't watched it lately, but yeah, I
I
love that show. That's so funny.
I think I've been rewatching it for my whole life.
Marie is my spirit animal.
I like Robert. I like Robert a
Oh
lot.
my
My favorite is when
so
he goes, "It
funny.
never ends for Raymond," and I'm like, I say that, I quote that to my brother all the time. Like, it never ends for Raymond.
I mean, you know what? He ended up getting a good ending though, but he did get the rough end of things.
For the most, yeah, he was always the butt of the joke. I was like, "Ah, that's why I like you."
No, literally, like there was one episode where I don't remember the entire storyline, but something happened with like a bull. Remember? And like he
Oh
injured
my
his butt.
he got gored, and I was like, who came up with this storyline?
The writers are insane, but like I love them for it. That's like a classic.
I like when Frank and Marie drive the car through the house.
Oh my god, I forgot that episode.
That's
That's so
gotta be one of the
funny.
best.
You know what's funny though? I actually, when I was on Facebook, everybody loves Raymond. There was like a meme that came out, and it turns out he says something like, "I live in Long Island," and here, I don't know if like you know, but there's like this huge thing that you don't say in Long Island; it's on Long Island because it's an island. So
Uh,
everyone was so upset. They're like, Ray Romano in real life was from Long Island, so they were like, "Are you really a Long Islander? You said in."
you said
I don't know if you guys have anything similar in Canada, but that's like a huge, like if you say in, oh my god, you're done for.
no. I'm trying to think what our equivalent of that would be. Like, you know what? We just have so much slang, especially in Toronto. It drives me nuts because I never partake. But like, I'm not that cool. But like, we refer to the like Toronto, like Toronto, not like where I am because I'm like north of Toronto. But like the city, we'll refer to as the six because
Oh wow, I haven't heard that. I mean, I'm not
yeah,
from Toronto, obviously, but
we can thank Drake for that. Because all
shout
of our
out.
phone numbers, yeah, shout out Drake. All of our phone numbers have the number 6 in them. So 416-647, and there's another one. It's a newer one. I can't remember. But they all have 6 in it
Wow,
somewhere.
I
Um
love that.
it's like, yeah, I'm going to the 6. I'm like, guys, just call it Toronto. Just call it
Well,
Toronto.
I mean, oh, my AirPod fell. I mean, honestly, they used to have Mr. 305 because in Miami the area code is 305. So
Yes, yes.
that's the area code down there. So that's why he's called Mr. 305. So now everyone references it down there. So
I
fun
mean,
fact, I used to live in Florida. I lived in Florida for a year. So not in Miami though, but close to it. So I've had some experiences.
I've had, that's for I've had experiences. Just like I don't want to talk about
I
it right
yeah,
now.
a little bit traumatic, but like, you know, it's fine. It was meant to happen.
I've never lived anywhere other than Toronto. So even when I go away like for just like vacation, I'm like not that I get homesick easy, but I'm just like it's so different because I've never lived anywhere else
Yeah.
that I'm like I went to Aruba maybe 10 years ago now, man. It was a while ago.
Oh,
It's really nice, super nice island. Beautiful. I loved it. There was nothing wrong with it. Like I had no reason to want to go home, but I was like, I'm just like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not used to like how things are down here. Like you know.
well, also it's like two different lifestyles. That was like what I struggled with too. I mean, I know Aruba's not quite the same level, but like, you know, when you switch from like a northern lifestyle with like the change of seasons and stuff, and then you go down to like the tropics, it's a huge shift. And personally, like for vacation and stuff, it's okay. But even with the vacation, sometimes it's like it becomes a little monotonous, I found. And it's
Mhm.
just sort of like you want to go home to like have things like return kind of to what you're used to.
One place that I was pleasantly surprised by was in 2020 in February. Funny enough, the day before Valentine's Day, I went to Detroit, and I was like, I'll tell this story one day. I'll make a separate episode for this story because it's hilarious. The things that I did. Anyway, I said to my mom, I was like, "Hey, let's go to Detroit," and she's like, "Yeah, sure. When?" I was like, "Next week." She's like, "Okay." So we did. We booked the train and we went to Detroit. And so from Toronto, I went on the Via Rail to Windsor, and then Windsor on in a cab over the border to Detroit. So
That was
surprised.
bold of you.
I was I was bold. I was very bold. I got to take a little bit that back. Um, but yeah, it was honestly I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting. I've heard so many things being in Canada. Everyone's like, "Oh, like America's like so much less safe," and I was like, I don't feel like that's true. At least not to the northern states. I don't know. Am I
I mean,
wrong?
I've only been in two states, honestly. Like, I
Okay.
really haven't. traveled much because I'm disabled, for those of the viewers that don't know. So traveling's a little bit tough, but I mean, personally, it depends kind of the area that you're in. Like, I know in New York, let's say, like, the city obviously is a little bit more dangerous than like where I'm from, but obviously there's crime everywhere. So it's like, you know, you just kind of have to just watch your surroundings and be careful and stuff. But I mean, I don't, I have heard so many good things about Canada, though. I mean, I really haven't heard anything bad, like, truly. So,
Listen, it's not a bad place to be. I like my country. I like Canada. I feel like me and Canada need a little bit of a break though right now. I've been here too long.
come to New York.
I listen, my cousin's there right now, and I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah, he's there. He goes all the time, and he loves it. And I'm just
I
like, I
mean,
really
I
wish I
mean,
could.
what are you doing in March by any chance? You want to come visit?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's funny. I was on the phone with my friend earlier, and I told her I was like, "Hey, my passport's expired," and she's like, "Oh, for how long?" And I'm like, "5 years."
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's been 5 years that it's been expired?
So what was funny was when I went to Detroit, I stamped my passport. They checked my passport, and they were like, "You know, this expires in a couple months." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's fine." I'm like, "Cause I'm literally going home in like 2 days." I'm like, "I'm just
Like,
here for the
YOLO.
week." Yeah, I was like, "It's fine." I was like, and plus, I was a teenager. I was like, I was like, "Who cares? I'm just here for a couple days." And they were like, "Okay." And so I came home and I was like, "Oh, who needs a passport?" And then COVID hit, and I was like,
Oh my
"Oh
God.
no." I was like, "Maybe I should renew my passport." And they were like, "For why?" So
That was bold. They're
yeah,
like, lockdown's pretty much never going to end. So, like, what's the point of renewing your passport?
literally, they were like, "The offices are busy." They're like, "Maybe just don't." And so I
I know
haven't.
that I know that here there was like a backlog for passports. I got my passport like a few years ago because before that I didn't have one, which was really bad. But so my passport's good for like another 7 or 8 years. So I'm
Hmm.
safe. I'm ready to go to Italy.
I'm not. If I do my passport now, though, my friends are recommending me to do the 10 instead of 5 years.
Oh, you
Um,
you can choose. I don't know if they
yeah,
have that here. I may just be dumb. I don't know for sure. I checked and mine was 10, so maybe I chose that voluntarily. I don't know.
you choose 5 or 10 to renew it because a lot of people like they're like, "Oh, I only need it for like one trip in the next year." Like, and I know I'm not going to be going anywhere for like the next 10 or whatever. Some people are very decisive like that. I just want to do 10 so I get it out of the way. But
Yeah, right.
because of my age, I'm like, so I'm 21, and if I get the 10 year, that's 31. So I'm like, am I gonna look the same at 31? Like, I don't know.
I had that same thought actually because I got mine when I was 22, I believe, or 23. So I was like, I don't know what 10 years is going to hold. I mean, hopefully it treats me well, but I don't know about that. We'll see.
Imagine I just like go gray by the time of 31.
Oh, I already got my first gray hair. I'm 25. It's I'm having a quarter life crisis, but you know what? It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm doing fantastic.
Are you sure they want to wipe that tear?
Like, too broke for therapy, but it's fine.
See, and
No,
this
but
is
in
why
all,
we should have a therapist on the show. Anyway.
for those of you who are interested,
Yeah,
but
actually, low key plug. If anybody wants to be on the show, we have a Google form. We're gonna put it in our Instagram bio, and then I'm gonna try to put it in the Spotify bio, in the episode, and the YouTube, whatever. All the
yeah,
bios. It's gonna be in all the bios.
yeah, we
All
definitely are interested in having a lot more guest speakers and stuff just to kind of like broaden our horizons a little bit and be able to have other people on this platform to like, advocate for things or just talk about their hobbies, their passions, like pretty much anything. So,
so just fill out the form, and we'll get back to you.
yeah,
And
with
on
many
that,
more episodes to come.
I think our prologue is coming to a close, and I'm happy with the way it turned out.
Yeah, good job. You did good, fellow co-host.
Thanks, you too, co-host. Did I not get the bubble? No, no bubble. Um,
Oh, that's a
but yeah,
shame.
So on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching and listening and, spending time with these two certified yappers.
Yeah.
And
And stay tuned for more to come soon. We have a lot of exciting things and ideas on the horizon, so stay tuned.
we'll see you in chapter 1. Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you for supporting the Dolce Vita Diaries. We'll see you next time.